What's going on today, YouTube? Jason with X Bacon Gaming, bringing you kind of a warning. If you are water cooling and you decide to go with the Primochill View fluid, I'd like to caution you against using this product. It is a beautiful product. It really does show well in a computer. I pre-ordered this stuff on the first day pre-orders were available. Super stoked. All new build, all new everything, with the exception of my pump. I even got a new reservoir because I had a short reservoir and I wanted a taller one to have more of this be visible in my build. And this is the UV Violet. It's got like the gray particles in it. Look phenomenal. Never been more proud of a build when I use this. But since I pre-ordered it, there wasn't the warnings that are on their page now, and I'll probably show you the 4 pages of warnings. It comes with wanting to use a fluid, 4 pages of warnings, precautions, and ways to use a freaking fluid. But anyways, I put it in, ran it for, 3 months? Basically from the date the fluid got here till, what was it, like March? I think I was actually waiting for my monoblock to get here for my X299 build. And then I built it all, like I said, new radiators, of course new lines because I had to do a new build. Reused the pump, cleaned it, and got a new reservoir, and boom, beautiful. It was incredible. I started noticing some discoloration in my new lines. I was kind of watching it and saw it start building up in my block, the monoblock. Finally got around to looking under my GPU, and of course that thing was also gummed up. Decided, what the hell is going on here? Kept using it. Started noticing my temperatures creeping up a little bit. Had to shut my rig down. It was down for like a month and some change, until I could find the time to tear it down. I then contacted Primochill to say, hey, not sure if you guys are aware of this, but there's issues with your fluid. And they basically started blaming me for the fluid or what was going on in my system. And it's a brand new build. They're like, send us pictures, show us your flow rate, show us how everything's going. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It's $60 in fluid out the window and an incredible amount of work to fix your blocks and clean everything. Didn't want to deal with it. So I basically left my rig down for a while. Then I noticed Jay's 2 Cents did a video about his system getting gummed up. And then recently Paul from Paul's Hardware also did one. So now I'm like, yeah, it definitely wasn't just me. It wasn't me not knowing what I'm doing. If these guys are having problems with it too, then there has to be something going on. So Primochill tells me that you can't use it for more than 8 hours a day and yada, yada, yada. Basically deflecting, whatever. Clearly says on this that Primochill is not responsible for any hardware damage. Use at your own risk. Bam. Let's see if I'll zoom in on that. Okay, so use at your own risk. I did that. Used at my own risk. Point being, when I was contacting them, said, hey, you guys have to have thousands of these concerns coming in with your fluid. They tell me, well, there's some, there's not thousands. Again, deflecting. So the whole point of this is to tell, if it's a show build, which it was when I got it done, never got all my fancy stuff up on the page, but it was basically a show build that I use. And my advice when water cooling is, I wouldn't use it. Technically I wouldn't use any pastel fluid or anything like that. Plain water. So I tore the blocks apart, cleaned everything out, using a tip from Jay's 2 cents on using toothpaste. Worked really well. Video. That stuff scrubbed everything. Cleaned everything. Then I took my lines out, and I didn't want to rebend everything because that just takes forever. So I actually used vinegar and then tied a little knot around a shoelace with a rag on it, fed the shoelace through the tube, and then pulled the knot through, which was bigger than it should have been. So actually using the vinegar and the rag to pull it through, cleaned my lines. Then I filled radiators with vinegar, let them sit for a few minutes, dump them out, flush them, fill them with vinegar, let them sit, dump them out, flush them. I got it all out. It took forever. Initially, when I noticed the buildup, I panicked and drained my loop instantly. Ran cyst prep through it multiple times and probably ran 3 or 4 gallons of distilled water through it over the span of about a week and a half. It didn't touch it, didn't move. It was still just a disaster. So then I realized I was gonna have to do a full teardown. So to make a long story short on this video, guys, read their page that's since come out since the launch, and it'll tell you there are so many precautions to use with this fluid, and $60 in fluid down the drain and probably, I don't know, 15 hours, because with monoblock I had to pull the whole motherboard out to get the monoblock out. So it's just been a pain. It is incredible fluid. I'm not going to blame Primochill 100% because I can't prove it. It is what it is. I just know there's a lot of people having problems with it. There's people that have had no problems with it. I don't get it. Maybe it's the color, the batch, whatever. Maybe later batches have had no problem. But like I said, I pre-ordered mine and sat around and waited for it. It looked incredible. It's just not everyday use. That's my whole point here. Sorry for the lack of content on the channel, but my rig's been down for a while because I just didn't have the time to tear it down and scrub everything. It takes forever. So that's that, guys. Stay tuned. Got a lot more coming your way. Having problems with my Gigabyte motherboard, Gaming 9. So I'm going to swap that out for the Asus ROG Rampage. Been saving my pennies. Got the replacement warranty from Micro Center, so swap that out. But stay tuned. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Do your homework before using Primochill View. Do your homework before using any pastel fluids. Right? I mean, you guys probably know. I just wanted to show you what my blocks looked like when I took them apart after about 3 months of use. I think it was roughly, I can't narrow it down to the exact date, but it was definitely 2 or 3 months, 3 months max of using it, and that's what my blocks looked like on a brand new build, brand new radiators, brand new lines, fittings, everything with the exception of the pump. So thanks for taking the time to watch. This is Jason with X Bacon Gaming. Check you later.